Hello again, Keepers of Light, and I call you that because you are just that, a keeper of light. I have been prior to this moment meditating, and what became clear, so much so that I had to record this, it became clear that today's message would be about innocence. I have spoken already of this prompting that I have been urging you towards, of shedding and letting go layers of conditioning that has been the product of societal and individual interaction, which is inescapable when it comes to how things have been, how reality has been constructed to unfold in this. In this, what we call reality. And so I have said that I am about the process of expressing as best as possible what I can of the illusory nature of so many components that are and have been taken as concrete reality, when in fact we are headed towards a new way of experiencing reality that requires us to adjust our perspective of our interpretation of what reality is. I have spoken of purity, and that at the source of everything, that the source of everything is purity. And so too, innocence. And this word, innocence, may in fact be even more effective in activating within you and within others who are open to this message. How it is that it is possible, and not only that it is, in my opinion, why all keepers of light are existent here and now, that we are here to remind ourselves and to remind as many people as we possibly can that it is that the way of relating to one another is heading towards the celebration of innocence. Because up until now, innocence has been depicted of as weakness. It has been depicted as ignorance. Yet it is the truth of all that we are. It is the origin point to all that is. And so, in whatever fashion it presents itself as manifestation here on this realm, it is then a portal to our experience of our purest experience of self. It may seem silly to do this, but it is encouraged that when you see another, that you seek to see the innocence that is within them. As you peel back the layers of conditioning that has occurred over your lifetime, as a natural result of existing here on this realm, as you peel those layers back, the peeling of which your attempt of to delve into the depth that is consistent of what we call reality. And so I have described the process as a way of purification. And now I add also that it is an acknowledgement of innocence. To look around and see how innocence manifests as a concrete reality, we can, and most would, use children as the example. We say that children are innocent beings. And because the more exposure and conditioning that is experienced in our interaction with this reality, because of that, we are and become less inclined to relate to other adult human beings from the perspective of innocence, from the perspective of seeing every single human being that is not a child as innocent. Instead, we fault each other for having become the product of what we have become, whether it is that the separation is because we have different beliefs, or that we are of different appearance. It matters not. What the justification is, but that we do not equate innocence and assign this very accurate label to each other in the way that is necessary for us to move forward into this upgrade of experience that humanity is heading towards. I would now retrace my words to soften them, as it is not as severe an assertion as that, but more so that we are expanding now. We are expanding our perception of self and other by eliminating what energies would and have been blocking us from seeing purity and innocence in all things. If it were that any of us would be guilty of anything, then it would be that we are guilty of wanting love. And that what propels us and what motivates us is this particular energy that we call love, and so too purity, and so too innocence. Because underneath everything that we think we are, everything that we believe we are, everything that we then, as a result of belief and thought, feel that we are, that underneath these is innocence. And though I speak quite confidently with trust, with complete trust in my allowing of self to feel into the energetic display that is before me in order to convey these words to you, even though I am certain of my participation here. In this moment of interaction that we are about, regardless of that, I also admit that I have no answers and no interpretations that should be by anyone considered as truth. And so, because of this, because truth is relevant, there is only left that is ever left as innocence. And so even if you would disagree with me or disagree with any other person, given your perspective and your conditioning and your beliefs, even if you would be the representation of contrast to whoever else you are in relation to, or finding yourself to be in relation to, it can still be said that you both have in commonality innocence. And so it is a path of wisdom that is the path for all keepers of light. The wisdom to understand, and so then to propel yourself and into manifestation of what it is next that will unfold, it is wise to come from the acknowledgement that there is innocence within all things and all peoples. This is not to dismiss what you have yourself and society has for itself determined up until now to have been wrongdoing of any sort. This is not to dismiss any of the manifestations of reality that have been already determined. It is rather an encouragement towards the healing of conditioned states of existence that have denied our refused our that have dampened our celebration of innocence within ourselves, and more so, perhaps more so, within all other selves who are not normally considered to be that. And so, to finalize, I say to you, celebrate innocence. Celebrate innocence. The innocence that you are at the core. Celebrate the innocence that every single living being is at the core. For this is what we have in commonality. And it is commonality that brings us together. What we can find in terms of commonality that will continue to bring us together rather than separate us. And so, too, therefore, bridge the gap that seems to exist in our experience of reality at a higher level being than has been. I withdraw my energy from the field now. And I thank you, as usual. And I am very appreciative of this moment in seeming space and time. Thank you. Until next time.